a baby presentation by Honorable MCE. It is every Honorable Mr. Maworo. I feel no day prayer. Now, yes, so say the order that you know. Questions be I order.
Good morning to the good people of Jaman South, friends of the media present, ladies and gentlemen. You will recall that on 28th April 2025, I invited you here to cover my first day in office. On that fateful day, I promise you that at regular interval, I will be engaging you to brief you on the current developmental issue in the municipality. This stems from the fact that the media is an integral part of Jaman South developmental agenda, and its role cannot be overemphasized. I have called you here today on the main count to present to you the state of the assembly when I assumed duty as municipal chief executive. 2. To present to you what the assembly has been able to achieve. To reaffirm my resolution to try for the best for Jaman South municipality and to further present my vision for the assembly. For the benefit of time, my presentation will touch on these major areas, namely 1. The state of the assembly finances as of the time of my assumption. 2. Sanitation delivery. 3. Infrastructure and programs. 4. Social issues. Ladies and gentlemen, I was confirmed by the General Assembly on Tuesday, 8th April 2025, and I assumed duty as the Municipal Chief Executive on Monday, 28th April 2025. The state of the Assembly finances. The Assembly operates a number of accounts, which include internal generated fund, District Assembly Common Fund, and others. I met an amount of 48,080 cedis, 88 pesos in the Assembly coffers as of 29th April 2025. However, the Assembly had unpaid memos summing up to 114,979 cedis, 81 pesos. A total amount of unpaid payment vouchers amounting to 180,621 Ghana cedis, and a total of 1,664,220 Ghana cedis, 75 pesos, as unpaid legacy debts. Unpaid ex gratia for 46 assembly members also amounted to 115,000 Ghana cedis. In total, I inherited a debt of 2,050,978 cedis, 56 pesos. As of 29th April 2025, there was a deficit of 2,002,969 cedis, 68 pesos. Again, and IGF staff salaries were in arrears for 4 months. I mean, assembly casual workers. Ladies and gentlemen, in these few months, even though IGF salary staffs are still in arrears, I have paid 2 months. Again, I have paid commission to the tune of 15,483 Ghana cedis. Kindly note that this amount has been in arrears since 2024. A review of revenue performance for the first and second quarter depicts a declining performance. You would note that the figures from 2022 are more encouraging as compared to this year, 2025. I have met the revenue collectors, both commissioned and non-commissioned, and I have identified the major challenges in revenue mobilization. In the coming days, a new revenue mobilization strategy will be rolled out. On sanitation, the nation of National Youth Employment Program / the Zumilayon contract. These few months saw some operational challenges with the Zumilayon. Let me state that aside the National Youth Employment Program Zumilayon contract, which was signed at the national level, Jaman South has 2 other contracts signed locally between the Assembly and the Zumilayon. A total of 235,462 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos, is deducted quarterly at source to service these 2 contracts. In addition, the Assembly had a contract with the Famane community on a final waste disposable site which had expired since September 2023. The above challenges became a burden on the Assembly, especially the market and the lorry park, the skip container site, and an untold between the Assembly and the Famane community. Ladies and gentlemen, as a problem-solving leader, I have taken steps to curb the challenges stated above. I personally invited the chief, people, and the elders of Famane community to renegotiate the contract the Assembly had with the people of Famane. I was informed by the traditional authorities of Famane that the Assembly had failed to honor their part of the contract and did not meet its obligation. I reassure the leaders of my commitment to ensuring that the Assembly meets their obligations, and I paid an amount of 27,000 as compensation. I have also made provisions to meet the other commitments in the Assembly plan for next year. Furthermore, to fill in the void created by the cancellation of the Zumilayon contract, a program was quickly put together termed as Jaman South Solid Waste Management Program. Under this program, 20 volunteers have been recruited to take care of solid waste issues in the major towns, markets, and lorry parks. A tricycle has been procured to convey waste to the final waste disposable site. This program also aimed at solving problem of operational challenges of Zumilayon when it reoccurred. Ladies and gentlemen, sanitation is and will continue to be my major focus as long as I stay in office as the municipal chief executive of this municipality. In this regard, the Jaman South Solid Waste Management Program will be rolled out in all communities. Again, I intend to increase the number of public places of convenience in the municipality, and I further support the continuation of household latrines. The National Sanitation Day celebration is gaining momentum in Jaman South, and we will continue to rotate it to allow other communities to host it. We will provide sanitary items for all the 8 zonal councils to be the focus of sanitation delivery in the communities. On infrastructure and programs, ladies and gentlemen, I inherited numerous problems under physical projects, which include abandoned projects, dilapidated building, and inadequate infrastructure. I wish to state that my own office building was in a state of ruins, but I only requested for a limited renovation so that I could settle in because there was no fund for a comprehensive renovation. Some projects had also been abandoned since 2012. I have repackaged all these projects to be completed under the DACF legacy projects. Again, this year alone, aside the 24-hour market and supply of school furnitures, a number of projects has been embarked for commencement, notably 1. 3 educational projects, 3 3 classroom blocks. On health, 2 health projects, 2 CHIPS compound. Minimum of 10 boreholes filtered with pump. 4 drilling and mechanization boreholes, all within the Jaman South Municipal Assembly. Furthermore, all ongoing projects commenced under the previous government will be continued. On issues of drip, the following drip machines were inherited: 1. A water bowser. 2. A backhoe. 3. Grader. 4. A truck. 1 truck, which is not in good shape. These machines have been parked following a directive from the government. Let me state that a total of 500,000 was released last year for drip activities. As I speak, the said amount was exhausted even before 1st January 2025. A new drip coordinator has been appointed, and very soon the drip machines will start work as directed from above. This program is a World Bank project implemented by Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Objective of Safety Net projects. This project seeks to reduce poverty. The program is in 2 phases. Jaman South is one of the beneficiaries. Achievements so far. Ladies and gentlemen, aside from some of the modest gains mentioned above, the following are also some of the gains made in this short term. 1. Thank you to all the traditional paramountcies. When I assumed office, I officially went to Nananom and elders of various paramountcies to thank them for their support before, during, and after my appointment as the municipal chief executive. My aim was to listen to the problems of Nananom and to adapt ways and means to meet their needs. On national prayers and thanksgiving. The first edition of the prayer and thanksgiving was a great success. It brought people of different faiths, belief, and tradition together. I was glad to see my Muslim and Christian brothers worship, sing, and dance together. The feeling was greater when I saw how Nananom also put their differences aside and came together for a joint purpose. On education, ladies and gentlemen, the assembly successfully organized mock examination for all BCE candidates in the municipality. Also, I embarked on a monitoring exercise to all the basic schools centers to ensure that students were well equipped and prepared to sit for the 2025 Basic Education Certificate examination. Ladies and gentlemen, distribution of bags of maize. Together with the Agric Directorate, we have supervised the fair distribution of 800 bags of 50 kilograms of maize to farmers and vulnerables in the municipality, which we inherited from the previous governments. Our achievement. I am pleased to say that we have been able to assign caterers to all the beneficiary schools in the municipality, and I want to assure you that this initiative has come to stay. On social issues, we have invitation to program. As part of my social responsibilities, I have attended programs that I was invited to in the municipality and beyond. These programs include church programs, weddings, funerals, talent shows, pep talks, graduation ceremonies, and others. I have donated funds towards these programs, and I am emphatically stating that these donations are solely pre-financed by me, and I have receipts to show to this regard. It is safe to say that Everything you see or hear about the mismanagement of fund is a deceit intended to sell my hard-earned reputation and should be disregarded as such. Ladies and gentlemen, besides the successes chopped so far, below are some of the challenges facing the Assembly. 1. Sanitation. The Assembly is doing its best and the best it can do to improve the status of sanitation in the municipality. Yet the people in the municipality are not helping the cause. Indigents still loiter around and claim that it is the duty of the Zoom Lion to clean up the mess. This attitude not only stalls development, but it also serves as an avenue for sickness and outbreak of pandemics. Deplorable states. The Jaman South municipality currently records some of the most deplorable roads in the country. This issue affects nearly every aspect of our daily lives and has hindered development. Considering the short and long-term economic impact it has on us, the health risks we face, social isolation, and disrupted education, I want to emphatically assure you that our roads has been captured under the Big Push program by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and in no time our roads will function to their full capacity again. Under roads, my focus is to see the commencement and completion of the Junijuni Sampa Highway. In my recent visit to Accra, I visited the relevant institution, especially the Ministry of Roads and Highways, to prompt them about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's promise to the people of Jaman South regarding the said road. One of the issues we also face is chieftaincy issues. Over the years, it has been noted that chieftaincy issues in the municipality has been the major factor that delays development. I wish to use this opportunity to plead with the good people of Jaman South municipality to desist from engaging in chieftaincy issues. Ladies and gentlemen, the new assembly building also has challenge. Contract documents available in the office indicate a contract sum of 500,000. However, my investigation at the District Assembly Common Fund Secretariat indicates a revised sum of 700,000 and above. I have consistently requested a meeting with the all the doors in this building have problems. Leakages in some of the washrooms has also been identified on some walls. The contract documents indicate the provision of furniture, but as you can see, we are still using our old furniture. I have informed the Ministry of Local Government and he has directed that I submit a report to his office and the office of the District Assembly Common Fund Secretariat. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our challenge is unpaid ex-gratia for the previous assembly members. Due to the availability of funds, the assembly was able to pay 11 assembly members out of 57. These assembly members served from 2018 to 2022, and as of now, majority of them are yet to receive payment of their ex-gratia. Drug abuse. People of Jaman South, there has been a rise in recording cases of substance abuse in the municipality, threatening the health, safety, and future of many individuals. It hurts my soul to watch a lot of potentials gradually fade away due to this canker. What is the future of this municipality and the country if the youth are killing themselves with drug and substance I could never think of? I'm pleading with Nananom, religious leaders, parents, stakeholders, and everyone listening to me today to join force to combat the use of drug in our municipality. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the major challenges we are facing now is the inability to retrieve some bags of fertilizer that were going to be distributed to farmers in the municipality. The breakdown is as follows: 15,423 bags of NPK fertilizer, 7,715 bags of urea fertilizer. These sum up to a total of 23,134 bags of unretrieved fertilizer. Report from auditor from the national level confirms that the said fertilizers has been released to the Agric Directorate of the Assembly. However, there has still been no traces of these bags of fertilizers. In conclusion, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of this important engagement, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to every one of you for your presence, your questions, and your continued interest in the development of our municipality. I urge all citizens of this municipality to be law-abiding and pay their levies. This interaction has been a testament to the spirit of transparency, accountability, and collaboration. As we move forward, let us all, the Assembly, the media, and the community, continue to work together in unity, guided by the common goal of progress for our municipality, devoid of partisan politics. May we all continue to serve with integrity and purpose. Long live Ghana, long live Jaman South. God bless you all and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.